I'm gonna guide MJ as we go along. She's gonna do it. It's very easy to do. The instructions are super easy online.
So, you know, nothing can ever go totally smoothly, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's not really anything.
Little snafu.
We really think this should be standard on all motorhomes. I don't see why you wouldn't use this. Hey everyone, it's Ian MJ from Endless RVing. So in today's video, MJ is going to be doing an installation on a device that every RV manufacturer should be putting on every RV they put out. Seriously, it should be standard issue. What we're talking about is going to be specifically the Micro Air Easy Start. There's a couple different brands out there that make them, but we're using the Micro Air Easy Start.
Based in
New Jersey, made in the USA, designed in the USA. Pretty awesome. We're going to explain what it is, and then we're going to take you on a full step-by-step installation on our motorhome. All right, so what is an Easy Start? Basically, it is a unit such as this. We're using the Micro Air. This is a unit that goes connected to your RV air conditioner. What this unit allows you to do is a couple things. A couple reasons why we got it. Number one, if you have a 50 amp coach, 2 air conditioners, 3 air conditioners, we're gonna just say 2 for now because that's what we have. It's going to allow us, by putting one of these on each air conditioner, it's going to allow us to run 2 air conditioning units on a 30 amp service. Now, if you have 1 air conditioner, normally you would need 30 amps, it's going to allow you to run that 1 air conditioner on a 15 amp service. How does it do this? I don't know all the wizardry behind it, but basically the biggest draw on your air conditioner is the startup, the compressor startup. That has the biggest amp draw. What this does, however they do it, the engineers, it reduces that amp draw on startup between about 60 and 75%. Again, it's gonna allow you to pull to start up on less of an amp when you're plugged in. So this is a very easy installation. One of the great things about Micro Air, we have the Micro Air thermostat, which we absolutely love. Like MJ said earlier, they're a New Jersey-based company. They are designed and made in the United States. They also have excellent customer support. All right, so what are you gonna need for this job? First of all, you're gonna need the Micro Air Easy Start. Now there's 2 different versions. We got the Bluetooth version. Only thing the Bluetooth version allows you to do, you can monitor everything via an app, and we'll show you that after the installation's done. Also, they have an optional install kit. It's $10, sorry. The install kit is gonna come with all the connections, everything you need to get this installed. Now, can you buy this stuff on your own? Yeah, you can, but they give you this $10, everything fits perfectly. And we're gonna show you how it's connected also on the Easy Start. It's gonna make everything a lot easier. Some tools you're going to need. Now, just a side note here, forewarning. I already did the install on the front air conditioner, so I kind of know how to do it. MJ's gonna do it on the rear air conditioner. It's very easy to do. So I know what we need. Gloves. I would suggest wearing some gloves so you don't cut your hands up, because it does involve like routing some wire. Needle nose pliers, 2 different sizes here. Some kind of wire stripper, whatever you want. I have a Klein one. Wire crimper, end crimper here. Cable cutter. Some kind of screwdriver with Phillips head. And also you're gonna need a 5/16 socket, and we'll show you why later. Flathead screwdriver, electrical tape, some kind of light if you can't see. Makes it a lot easier. That is all you need, and probably, well, I'm not gonna lie, the first time it took me over an hour because I had the wiring kind of messed up. I had gone over like a wrong YouTube video. It was not the correct one. Once we got the wiring set up the right way, this is probably a 30-minute job, if that. So MJ's gonna climb up on the roof. I'm gonna be there with her, kind of guiding her along, and we're gonna show you exactly step for step what we have to do.
All right, so first thing you wanna do, you don't wanna get electrocuted when you
you don't.
do this. Make sure you turn off your breaker. Also, we're gonna do the same thing inside. Turn off all the breakers inside, so let's go do that.
That thing right there, just put it to off position. All right, that'll cut that power off. And then we'll go inside, we'll cut all the breakers off. Flip all those babies off.
I don't even have my glasses.
You don't need them.
Just push, push.
Everything
shut them all off. No cooking of MJ today.
Yeah. The final thing is with the Victron inverter, I'm going to shut the inverter off. Everything is off, so there's going to be no power going up to the AC. The breaker's off, the inverter's off. I killed the 12 volt, which is now, everything is off. So just in case you're wondering, you saw MJ when she shut the breakers off in the bathroom, the lights were still on. That rotary dial, there's a little bit of a delay. I don't know how long it is, but I know that from previous. So just to show you, everything is absolutely off. We go inside, there's no power. If I hit the breaker switch, there's nothing here. And then I'll show you on the stairs.
Steps, yep.
These will automatically go up.
that they are
There's no power going into this coach. The only power you see is the battery monitor, but that's because that's wired directly to the battery, and that's only a 12 volt. There's not coming from anywhere else, so we're good to go. We're gonna go up on the roof now. So one other thing you're going to need that I failed to mention, but I remember when it came up, it's just a box cutter with a sharp blade. I already did the install on this. I kind of know what to do. I'm gonna guide MJ as we go along. She's gonna do it. It's very easy to do. The instructions are super easy online.
Shouldn't take that long.
It's gonna be like a play-by-play here, all right? So the first thing that you wanna do is take off the shroud. It's 4 bolts, 4 screws, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. Why don't you put those over here so we don't lose them in a box?
These gloves are
You don't really need those gloves right now. You'll need them when you're running the cabling.
They're a little bulky to work.
You want to make sure you keep your screws somewhere where you're gonna find them, because you're on the roof, they can easily get lost.
Yes. All right. Off she comes.
I'll take that, I'll throw it over here. And it's a little windy out today, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna throw something in here, a little bit of weight. That way it doesn't go flying away. The easy start's gonna go right here. You know, there's one other thing I forgot?
What?
Something to clean this.
Oh, you forgot cleaning supplies?
Totally. I'm gonna have to jump down. We're gonna wanna clean this up so it's nice and clean so we get a good connection when we put that easy start box on.
All right, here she is. Ain't she pretty? This is a very simple hookup. This is going to go right in here. There's double-sided tape on here. We're not gonna do that yet. We're just gonna place it here to get the wires flowing. So it's a 4-wire hookup. Then this, we're going, and this apparently is the fun part, where we're going
That's definitely the hardest part.
Thread this right through here. Okay, this is pliable here. So we're gonna get that going through, up and around to the other side.
You know what that's called?
What? Duct putty?
Duct putty.
Duct or duct? Oh, duct.
And
duct putty.
just for the people, because it looks like the wires are right on top of your head, you probably have about 5 feet of clearance from you. So they're not right on top of your head.
So a way to make it a larger opening here is you can use, we have a flathead screwdriver, or just kind of moving it around. So you see what we can look, you see down there? Yep. It kind of opens up so we can get that space to get these 4 wires through.
Don't worry about damaging that duct putty. It's pliable, it'll go back in place. And if worst case scenario, you can buy some, but you don't have to really.
Right. That's definitely the hardest part.
Oh, the next one's harder.
Oh, well, up till this point, getting them through that tiny space. Now you're gonna take those 4 wires and you're just gonna pull through that hole. So then this is over here.
Perfect. Give it a little slack, because we have to put the 2-sided tape on.
Okay. All right, so this comes in your installation kit. This is 2 pieces of double-sided tape. So we're gonna put one here.
So one goes on the foam and one goes on the plastic, essentially.
Right, and a little down here. Okay, so we're gonna adhere this now.
Now let's see you get this off. This will be funny.
That's what nails are for.
Oh, that's right. I have to use the blade when I did it.
Yeah, well, sometimes the nails can be tough too, but it usually makes it a little easier. See, they don't just look pretty, they're actually tools.
So you wanna make sure that you clean this stuff up, put it on, hold it on, and then you're good to go. We actually drove around with the first soft start and it's still in place. Right. Thankfully. And it's held in pretty tight anyway.
This one's being a little testy. Oh, that didn't. No, that actually. Here we go. Okay.
So you want to get into position, kind of push it down.
Again, you have to move this aside a little bit. So then,
just push it in.
Just gonna push, hold for.
There's no need to worry about this. It's completely weatherproof, so it can get wet, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That is almost the hardest step. The next one is definitely the hardest step. The connections are the easiest.
This was hard, you said?
The
threading through. I was gonna say this is easy.
One more thing, you want to just put that putty back into place. So basically this putty is here so it doesn't allow airflow to get to this side. So I'll push it on this side, and you just want to make sure you try to cover as much of that hole as possible, seal it up, and it's pliable. It's like Play-Doh. And I think we're good on this part.
So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to zip tie this to these wires so everything stays in place. All right, so we got this zip tied. Now the goal is to get this into here. So we need to take this off. So we're going to change out the Phillips. So we're going to put on the 5/16. Let me get my gloves on. It's getting warmer out, which is nice. So
that you kind of have to, that lifts right out.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So just be careful here. Pull this back a little bit. You have like a little bit of
A little bit of give, but yeah.
It's like a little weather stripping, but you can
You
just
don't want it to rip. So the next step is going to be this piece right here is going to be removed. So we're going to just kind of, yeah.
It's loosened up.
Is he loosened it a little bit? And then this will just come right off.
So that's going to be replaced when you get the installation kit. In the kit, it's actually getting really warm out right now.
It's nice. So here's your piece that was on there.
Yep. In the installation kit, there's going to be a new collar. It's a little wider. It'll accommodate all of the wiring.
Yeah, the extra 4 that are coming through. So all of these wires now are going to go through this hole right here. Should be interesting, just like the other. This is what you said was another.
This is where I would wear the gloves so you don't cut your hands up because you have the metal.
Okay, let's do that.
It probably just jumped about 10 degrees in the last 20 minutes.
I know. Well, the sun came out and now it's nice. It's getting close to 60, I think. Okay.
All right, so those all got to go through.
And if you're wondering, we will probably replace the foam and we do need to clean our coils. Yes, we know.
Beginning of the season.
All right, so we got the yellow.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera.
Yeah, the other ones didn't make it through yet, so. All right, so we just got all 4 through. Now you want to pull this through so the gray comes through. Okay. Then we have the new collar that came in the installation kit, and that's going to do the same job that the other one did. We're going to wrap this around.
It's going to go around all these wires.
Right.
Anything
so
that came through.
A little bigger than the other one to encompass all of this. Another point we want to make, guys, when you do this and you put this collar on, make sure you have all the wires inside, because this is what Izzy said.
So
once this goes in, it's not coming out.
If you see these little teeth here, they're only one way.
Like the little ridges, yeah. So we're gonna push this now into, all right, so you really have to kind of work this. And
I think you're good now. No, you're good.
Yeah, and the opening, it was easier. We actually had the opening originally on the bottom. If we put it on the top, it's just easier to make sure all the wires are actually tucked in. If it's on the bottom, one can slip out. So we were able to see it. Now they're all in there nice and tight.
So now is the final part. This is actually the easy part.
The threading was the hard part. So Izzy and I are going to tag team for the next part because I don't have my reading glasses. And I know that my friend Pierre out there is probably laughing at me because in inspection school, all we did, I just made fun of him all the time for his glasses. Anyway, we're going to take this part out.
That's believe the PTCR, and then down here is the star capacitor.
Right, and down there I just can't see clearly, so.
This is on the Penguin 2, right? So I'll just take the, I've already done this. Like MJ said, this is gonna be kind of a little mount here. You just pull that out. All right, I'm going to take this wire out. Good. This wire runs up here to another capacitor. You can see right over where this wire is. I wanna remove that too. That's gonna be from the HERM area, H-E-R-M. Of the capacitor. This is the PIA, guys, because there's so many wires in here.
Right, and we're doing our best to hopefully you can see this here.
Sorry, somebody will complain that it's not focused enough.
It's not clear, yeah.
So you're definitely gonna want the needle nose. Get that out. All right, so that part's out. That's one wire gone. Goodbye. We're not using that again. And then you can see over here, it runs to the start capacitor. I don't know if you can see right over here, right there. We're gonna take that out also. Although you don't really have to take this out, you can kind of tie it off because we're not, but I'll take it out if I can. If not, if it's a pain in the ass, I'm just gonna tape it off. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna tape this thing off. I'm gonna go here, pull it out from here. I'm just gonna tape off the end because again, we're not using this connection. All right, so.
Look how pretty it is today in Jersey. Isn't it nice?
It's so nice out. So again, this part here, I'm just gonna tape it off because we will not be using that. Little electrical tape.
Where are we supposed to be today, hun?
It's supposed to be camping.
Yeah, that's another video.
We have a little bit of an issue.
Nellie's not doing too well today.
So I like to do just kind of over the top, right? Squeeze, and then I'll go one across. So I did over the top, right? And I'm gonna go across, and this will be taped off, and we'll just kind of tuck this wire away. This is not too big of a deal. The next wire we're gonna get rid of, if you look over here, there's a white wire running, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a white wire running to the back here, coming out of the capacitor, just right over here. See that white wire?
Yeah, I don't think that's being seen.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just follow it, right? It's following from here up to the top. And I have to get at this and remove it from the, I believe it's on the C section of the capacitor. It is.
common.
Yeah, there you go. You learned something in school.
I learned a lot.
All right, so we're gonna remove that one.
Can you imagine if somebody has like really like large hands? You know, some people have like really like big guys, big husky guys.
I'm gonna just remove this wire.
Larger hands. This would be a little challenging.
Husky hands.
Oh, you know, like real tall people.
You shop in the husky section?
They may have larger hands and it would be challenging.
All right, that's gone. All right, I'm gonna just reconnect this because I removed just to get at it, to get at that other wire. So here you go. Just to verify, that's the one running to the other side of that star capacitor. I'm also gonna tape this one off. Again, we're not using it. Somebody's gonna say, you shouldn't put tape in your mouth, it's toxic. So over the top, close. All right, we'll close the ends and then I'll go around the sides. We're almost there, guys. The connections are the easiest, and then MJ will do the rest, because I think she can see the other stuff.
The reading glasses. Oh, you hit that age and you're gonna be there soon.
Yeah,
it hasn't hit you yet.
So we're gonna just kind of tuck these away. If you ever want to go back to like the stock configuration, although I don't know why you would want to do that, but those are just tucked away. So there's 4 wire connections left. MJ will take you through those.
So the next step is we're going to take the white wire that's coming from the compressor, coming through here. All right, so what we need to do is find which white wire is coming out here. Just by kind of doing this, we can see that it's this one, which is then connected to the capacitor.
And the C on the capacitor.
Right, which is common. So we want to take this, and I'm still here.
Get it from the
still
top.
Here
it's
doing without
easier.
my glasses. We want to pull this out.
Pull it up.
Yeah, I know Pierre's laughing at me right now. Pierre, can I borrow your glasses? All
There
right.
you go.
So the next step is we're going to get these two together. So the first thing is we're going to take the brown wire and we're going to crimp this. Izzy's awesome new tool. Guys in
Get it
their
on the yellow.
tools.
Good. Squeeze it tight, 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 tight.
Hang on a second.
Hand grips. You want me to give it a little pop?
You can give it a little
There's a
extra.
release.
Okay.
We want to make sure this.
Sorry about that.
We want to make sure this is in tight, guys. That's what you want, all right? And then the release is right here. And you want to give it a little tug. That's on there nice and tight. Now you can connect those 2 wires
All right,
together.
so now the white is going to go in here.
Nice and tight in there.
Is that the right way?
Yep.
This is correct.
Yep. You're good.
Okay, so make sure it's in there nice and tight, and just like before, just give it a little tug.
If you want, you can wrap that with electrical tape if you're really super obsessed about it. That's fine.
Next step is we're going to deal with the blue. All right, so this is going to be a 3-way splice. So we're going to pull this out, and then
Just kind of pull this up and away here.
all right. So it comes with a pigtail.
If you get the installation kit,
If you get you're right. So we're going to put this one, the one that comes in the installation kit, back
On the
in
bottom.
to where we see glasses. Back into where we removed the other one.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. All right, so the next step, now the sun went in, now I'm cold again. We're gonna take this, we're actually gonna cut this here. Then we're gonna do a 3-way splice. We're gonna take the black from the pigtail and then the black from the micro air, and we're going to
Join them all together.
Yes, all together. So we're gonna cut this. We're gonna
You gotta strip all these.
Right. All right, do we have a treat for you?
Klein tools, guys.
Ladies, Izzy's gonna strip.
I already just started stripping, but with these Klein tools, it's so easy. We'll put the link below. This is a 12 gauge, I believe.
These are awesome tools.
You just put it in, right? And it makes it like stupid proof, which is what I need. Look at that. Perfect every time.
Right, I used to watch you strip wires, and you go like having a full-out battle.
I know how to do it old school, where you kind of have to walk around, whatever. That's good here. This is like the best thing ever.
Oh my God, look how that's so
That's how
awesome.
the pros do it. All right, guys, that is like the best $29 investment ever.
This is bothering me.
Is
I
it?
can't wait to clean that.
Actually, I'm gonna take a little bit more off of this. Then, I'll let MJ do this. In the installation kit, it comes with these end caps. So basically what we're gonna do, all 3 of them, right? They're gonna go twisted up, in here, crimped, taped up. That's the next connection.
So all 3, well, we're basically twisting
nice and
those
tight.
3, yeah. And then we're gonna put that on top.
The cap on, and then we're gonna crimp the crap out of that.
I know. No
Make sure you get
gifts.
the metal.
No gifts for MJ.
It's up top, get it up here.
Yeah, thank you. You're my eyes right now.
There you go. Just don't crimp your finger.
All right, you're gonna have to finish
hold
this off. I
Yeah,
have
Amazon
a
stuff.
hand grip.
Again, you want to give it a
Alright.
little tug, make
Tug.
sure everything's there, and then we're gonna I'm just gonna throw a little bit of tape. We're down to, I believe, 2 connections left.
So next we're going to connect the orange wire. So you want to put that on any open connection on the herm. Now there's a pink wire here, which we can actually just take off to move.
You can move. Yeah, I would just stick the orange on the one right behind it. So I'm gonna probably put it right over here.
And this has nothing to do with my eye surgery. It's just, I don't have my reading glasses.
She just got reading glasses that she doesn't use.
I use them all the time, but I forgot to bring them up here.
This is kind of a pain because
Yay.
I'm gonna have to like massage this in.
All right, so the orange wire, you can see it's on the back end here, and then we're gonna put the pink right back where it was, which is gonna be on the front. Okay.
And the final step.
So the last one is the white wire, which is gonna go here on the C common. And then these were actually in front. We just took those off to make room because again, it's really tight work in here. So this one we're gonna put on this back one here. We'll push this down.
There you go.
All right, and then we'll just put these here. It's gonna be fun to see if this actually works when I'm done.
It should, because well, we'll see. Let's
All
give
right.
that a little tug and make sure everything is in there. So just, yeah, make sure all your connections are tight. They all look pretty good. We'll see. We'll see how everything starts.
Again,
you reverse everything.
Yeah, if you want to remove or replace some of your foam, now would be a good time. So the next thing we want to do is, since this is all kind of bouncing around here, we're going to zip tie here just like we did on the other side.
All right, so I believe this is installed. We believe this is installed correctly. We'll soon find out. So with the Easy Start, there's a little bit of a learning process. So you have to be hooked up to like your full hookups, 50 amp preferably, or 30 amp if it's on one. Well, we're hooked up to 50 amp, so you want the shore power on. You are then going to cycle the air conditioning. You're going to turn it on, let it run for 30 seconds to 60 seconds around there, so the compressor kicks on.
Mm-hmm.
Let it run. I should say, let the compressor kick on and then let it run 30 to 60 seconds.
Minute, yeah.
Then you're gonna shut it off for 3 minutes, and then you're gonna repeat that process 5 times. Apparently the Easy Start learns, and then after that, everything should be all good. So I already,
5 times it learns.
5 times it learns, yeah. Also, I'll show you how the app works. It's a free download app, and it'll tell you how many times you started it. It tells you how many amps you're drawing.
Cool.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure this works before we put everything back together. It should turn on. If everything works, we will throw the shroud back on, and then we'll run through the cycle, and then we'll show you. We're going to run 2 ACs on 30 amp, 1 AC on 15 amp. At least, we'll try one, if not both ACs on our lithium setup, and see how that works. All right, so I turned it on inside. This is gonna be the first cycle. Everything kicked on. MJ's putting the shroud back on. So we're gonna repeat this, like I said, 5 times. You're gonna let it run, shut it off for about 3 minutes,
Yep.
then repeat again 5 times. We'll show you the app, and then we'll do everything on 15 amp, 30 amp, and on our batteries.
All right, the moment of truth. So we are on 30 amps right now. We're going to
We're gonna
go
put both
inside
units on. I can turn it on remotely because we have the micro air, but I want to go inside so you guys can hear it. Let's start with the back air. Now this is after doing our cycling. Remember, 5 times you have to cycle. I'm gonna go to zone number 2, which is the rear. We're gonna power that on. Well, MJ will take you in the back.
And it's on. You hear it?
Alrighty, bring it up here. This was actually blowing out really cold before. So that's zone 2, you wanna come over here so they can see zone 2 is on. We'll do zone 1. And we're gonna power that on. We're on 30 amps, and there we go. Now you're gonna see this little hourglass. Once that hourglass goes off, that's when the compressor is going to kick on. So we'll wait for that. It takes like a minute or so. It's already starting to blow.
It's cold, yeah.
Well, I think it's because it's not that
Warm
super
out.
warm out. But that takes about a minute. Once that kicks on, we'll show you. So that was about like a minute and a half.
I don't even think it was that long.
Not that big of a deal because you're going to be running the AC anyway, but it's like immediately got cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
It's pretty cold. We'll shut this down. We're going to now plug into 15 amp, and we're going to run our front AC unit. That's normally you need a minimum of 30 amp, and then we're going to do it off of our lithium.
So, you know, nothing can ever go totally smoothly, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's not really anything.
Little snafu that we just had to figure out what was the actual problem.
We actually called micro air
Right.
and kind of had an idea what the problem. So Early in the video it said you can run 2 ACs on 30 amps. If you have a 30 amp unit, you can run potentially 1 AC on 20 amp or 15. Not so much for Nelly. So we did plug, we dog boned down to 15 amp, but not even turning the air conditioning on, it was tripping the breaker on the 20 amp. So what that tells us is that there's at least a 20 amp, more than a 20 amp draw without even turning the AC. So again, this is going to be specific to your unit. For us, we're going to need at least 30 amps just to like live, I guess. Yeah. And that could be due with the amount of lithium we have on here now to charge those things up. I don't know, whatever, but it tripped. I tried multiple outlets, it kept tripping. So the final thing we're going to do is we're going to go inside, we're going to run off of lithium. Now that was one of the big reasons we upgraded, because we don't have to be plugged in now. Now we're going to have a limited amount of time we can run, but we should be able to turn on air conditioners now with the soft start. And
also, if you hear noise, it's that season where all the leaf blowers come out and everything else. So
all right, so right now we are not plugged in at all. We are just on our inverter off of our 600 amp hours. So we're going to turn on AC number 1. Actually, I think we should do the heat pump instead of AC, because it's not that cool. That just kicked on. Now remember I told you this has to go before the actual compressor kicks on. But let me just put this on heat pump because it's a little cooler.
It's chilly.
Yeah, it's like 60 today, but it's definitely not enough to be putting the AC at
blasting
56 degrees. All right, so you can see over here the little hourglass is gone. Right now it's dumping out heat.
Which feels really nice.
Which feels really nice. So we at least have the front one going. Right now it's putting out 1,580 watts.
Let's show here.
You look, 1,580 watts. That's our battery level. Should I try number 2?
Sure.
Let's see what happens. The worst that'll happen, it'll shut down. Again, that hourglass is going to run L1 overload. It just told us overload. So let's kill this here. So you can run 1. You can run 1. So now we know, right? We can run 1 AC unit in our coach with our current setup on our batteries and our inverter. Once I kill that back one and kind of restarted the inverter, we're good. We're running that one again. So you can run front and rear, which is fine. The reality is we're not gonna be able to run the air conditioning that long because we only have 600 amp hours. So we have a limited time that we can run it, maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know. We haven't really tested that out too much. We'd have to do the math. We're at 1,952 watts we're putting out right now.
The true test is really gonna be the summer or spring, summer, and fall when we start boondocking a lot and we really kind of start putting it to the test and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is we have a generator. We can, if we want to run everything, turn the generator on. This is really nice if it's super hot out and we're going to be inside and we just want to run the air conditioner for a little bit.
Right.
That's what it's good for. But again, if we didn't have the easy start, we wouldn't be able to do this off our batteries.
So if you would like to hop on board with the Easy Start, we do have a discount code for you.
$25 off. The discount code is endless. We'll put that below. Again, we really think this should be standard on all motorhomes. I don't see why you wouldn't use this. Maybe there's a reason out there why you shouldn't. Put it in the comments below if there's a reason why you shouldn't. But everybody that gets these, or there's different brands out there.
They love them.
They love them. So in the comments below, let us know, do you have a Microware Easy Start? What do you think of it? Also to the left of us, since this was a DIY video, we're going to put our DIY playlist as well as our RV Newbies playlist. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.